the games are for real. What are you most eager to see, wanting to see from this group just now the season over?
Yeah, I just want to see us go out there and do the things that we've been working on going all the way back to June. And I thought we got a little bit away from that in the exhibition the other day. Second half we were better. I thought we really guarded, and that got us out in transition a little bit. But you just can't try to go out and do too much. And I've seen a couple coaches even at the highest level talk about that. When lights turn on for the first time, when it's for real, guys all of a sudden get away from what has been making us a pretty good team and try to either do it on your own or go out there and do too much. So when we play simple basketball, we're pretty good. When we keep our spacing, we're a very good offensive team. When we have attention to detail and we understand and execute and have discipline in the scouting report, we're a very good team. And I'm excited to get rolling. We're playing a really, really good basketball team. I know I've talked about this. A team that hit 25 threes, so we're gonna have to do a great job getting back. They're really good in transition, getting the ball up the floor very quickly. They run an open spread offense. It's very hard to guard, especially if guys get it going. And in watching the film of the game where they made the 25 threes, they were shooting that thing from all over the place. They had an 8-possession stretch. They hit 7 threes in those 8 possessions. 2 of their guys made 9 of them, and then they've got playmakers all over the court. So this is going to be a really good test for us, and I'm excited to see where we are.
It's been your evaluation of the three-point line, both the way you shot it and the way you defended so far in the exhibition.
Yeah, I mean we've shot the ball well. I think we have guys that are capable of knocking down shots on this team. We did not shoot it well, obviously, the other night. I think we were 6 of 22. But that being said, we shot 50% overall. We need to clean up the turnovers. We had 14 turnovers, and a lot of those were unforced. We had, I think, 4 travels, and just threw the ball to them on a couple of occasions. It was good to face that pressure that we did the other night against Grand Valley. We will see some of that as well on Monday night. And listen, the biggest thing you talk to your guys about is stepping up and shooting the ball with confidence. Trust it. Trust your footwork. All the work that goes in behind the scenes. Our guys always come back in the gym and get extra work in, and now it's about going out there and having the confidence to knock down the shot. If you miss 1 or 2, it's okay. Just keep shooting that thing, and continue to work on all the things that we've talked about as far as putting the ball in the basket. But I do think we've got a lot of guys that are capable of getting it going. Now it's just about tying it together.
What's the outlook for Sam and Andrew, if you have any?
Yeah, Sam was back on the court for the first time today, and he was pretty limited out there. He's still a little bit of ways from being ready to be in a game. We've got 2 more practices before opening night and a shoot around, so it'll probably be all the way up to a game time decision for Sam whether we throw him out there early. If he does play, I don't know how much he'll play. Andrew went through non-contact portion of practice today. He is still in the concussion protocol, so we'll see how he responds later this afternoon, more importantly tomorrow, and see if we can get another day and to continue on with the steps in the protocol that he's in. Jawan has had the flu the last couple days. He was back on the floor today, so I anticipate him being fine for Monday night. But hopefully we'll get those 2 guys, and then again the decision on the rotation. Who as I've talked to the guys, it's not going to be the same guy every night. I think this is a team that's very capable of having a different guy go out there. We're probably going to finish with different lineups ultimately until we figure out who our best group is to close out games and in playing crunch time. But again, I really like the competitive spirit of this group. These guys have come to work every day. Now it's about cleaning some things up and hopefully going out, executing, and playing a full 40-minute game.
Obviously, with the injury to Rink, you have some traditions now. Traditional big men that really do some different things on the inside. Someone to guard the inside as well that you haven't had in the past, and traditional point guards. How are you evaluating that now as far as the beginning of the season, game to game, as far as the style of play that you've been used to playing, as opposed to now you have traditional guys at the different positions?
Yeah, it certainly is a different makeup, Strick, and with the way our team was built a year ago, we were very fortunate to have a guy like Rink that could initiate our offense without a true point guard out there on the floor. I thought Bryce did a really good job as he evolved into our starting lead guard, but anytime we faced pressure, we had the luxury of having a guy like Rink that could still get us into our offense. This year we do have totally different dynamics, and really three guys, I think, that can play that spot that we had Rink and Josiah in for most of our games a year ago. Starting with Braxton, you got 7-1, you got a guy that can put heat on the rim, who's actually shown really good ability in the pocket to make plays. I've been very pleased with that, with Braxton, and also a rim protector, as you said, Eric. I mean, he's a guy that can really guard the post and help protect the rim, and hopefully get us out and get us some easy baskets with some block shots and transition the other way. Then you got Andrew Morgan, who can really score the ball. He's a good back to the basket, low post guy, and another guy that can make a play in the pocket and also make a shot. And then Burke, Burke gives us, I think, a little closer to Rink with his ability to step outside and shoot the ball, and he's got great ball skills. I think that's his best qualities as a passer and a playmaker. So three totally different dynamics at that trail position that we like to use in our 5-out spread, but we are playing a little different, especially when Braxton's on the floor.
Have the lineups with Berke at the 5? I know you talked about experimenting with that. How have those looked in practice?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Again, it gives us a little bit more of what we've done the last couple of years, not just with Rink, but also with Derek, and even going back to some lineups at Iowa State with George Niang and Royce White out there on the floor. They could really play make, and were very high assist guys. And again, that's what Burke can do. When he rebounds it, I don't care what position he's at, we want him initiating the offense. His ability to shoot it, it's going to bring the big away from the basket. It's a great luxury to have, especially in the Big Ten. And I think you saw some of that with Rink a year ago, with the big having to come out and defend the perimeter. That opened up a lot of cutting opportunities and lanes to the basket, where I thought we did a great job with our cuts. We watched an edit of a lot of those possessions yesterday with our team to show there's a lot of opportunities for easy baskets if we cut and read the defense right. In our last 2 days, I think we've been better in those areas. But yeah, I like that dynamic, but he's also been really effective at the 4 because of his size. Now you're starting, if we do start Burke, we're 6'10", 7'1", at the 4-5, and then certainly slide it down. And that's one of the things I really like about this roster. I do think there's good versatility with it.
Have you made decisions on freshmen redshirting and all that?
Not yet. We'll figure it out. We'll have conversations and make that final decision on Monday. And even whatever the decision is, it's not final.
Right.
Those guys, as I said, I love them both. They're both going to be great players, and we'll see how everything plays out here, especially in the early portion of the season. But those guys have been great.
This is probably your deepest team that I've seen since you've been here. With that, is that going to pick up a little bit more pace? Like how are you envisioning it with the depth that you have now? Because you really can run a lot of different lineups, a lot of different changes out there that you probably haven't been able to do.
Yeah, it gives me a lot of anxiety, Strick, to have a team like that's got that type of depth. But it's a good situation to be in when you have as many guys, I think, that can impact the game and impact winning. And now it's about figuring out who those guys are. And again, I don't think it's going to be in the first 3, 4, 5 games. I mean, it may take a while to figure out who's going to give us the best chance to win. You look at a guy like Sam, who didn't put up big numbers last year, but he was on the floor generally at the end of games because he can guard and he knows where to be and he makes the right play and he doesn't turn the ball over. So we're still looking at who those guys are, what the best combinations are. But last year I thought we had good depth. We figured it out, and we got pretty good. So this year may take a little bit longer because I think we have a few more even as far as in our depth chart. But we'll get it figured out. It always finds a way to play itself out, but it may take a few games.
Games like Monday, what's the balance between tinkering with lineups, seeing what works and what doesn't, while also making sure that you take care of business and win?
Listen, if we tinker and mess around, we're not going to win. And again, this team, I'm telling you, they're fast. They play hard. They play with swagger. They're confident. It's a really well coached, good team. The ball moves, and it's a very analytical based offense. I mean, he coached at BYU, one of the most potent offenses in the country a year ago, and they crash. They crash all 5 guys. We're going to have to rebound. If you don't turn and look and hit, you're going to get driven underneath the basket. So I've been really impressed with this team when watching, and so I guess to answer your question, Robin, no, it's all about figuring out how to take care of business, and we'll figure out the lineups as we go on.
in practice, kind of similar to that, is there a balance you strike between seeing what, experimenting with lineups while also having a team with a lot of newcomers and letting guys get comfortable with a similar personnel?
Yeah, we're constantly mixing and matching guys. I still don't know who I'm gonna start on Monday, and it's all about, sorry, Seamus's phone screwed me up. What'd you say? See you straight, good to see you. Oh, what's going on here, Seamus? What was your question? Oh, lineups, yeah, so anyway, we're always, putting different guys out there on the floor, and, there's certain combinations I really like, there's certain combinations that might not work as well. But yes, we are constantly putting different guys together, and again, that's also part of trying to figure out who's gonna go out there and especially finish games for us.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, guys.
Yep.